The Murray-Darling Basin is a huge food-producing area, and without it, the bulk of things in here may not be on the shelves. These are all basin brands. SPC, Sunrise, Defiance, Sunbeam, the list goes on. Well, this is the Darling River. Where I am here is 10 metres below the level when it's full. The decline has been on in earnest ever since. Suddenly man was in control and not nature. Consequently, the river's been pulled in 3 different directions. The regulated irrigators river, tourism and recreation, and the natural environment, the least considered. It's little wonder the river's looking so tired now. But the most valuable Corowa conference was in 2002, when government ministers agreed to what's called the Living Murray Initiative. It's about what constitutes a healthy working river and what's needed to achieve that. It's about protecting the things that the River Murray really means to Australians. It recognises that science is telling us the river is unhealthy and that the lack of a natural flow of water is the overwhelming reason, that we need to take a first step now and return 500 gigalitres, 1 Sydney Harbour, to the river. This will benefit important wetlands and forests, and the cost of the water will be met by governments.
If I could begin by summarising the state government's position in relation to the River Murray, it's a pretty simple one. We want a healthy river based on science. We know what the problem is. The river needs more water to be healthy. But underlying this point is that science should be the basis for all of the decisions. South Australia fought strongly for the creation of an independent authority based on science. That is at the heart of the political compact we entered into when we sought the creation of the Water Act in 2007. The scientists have been telling us for generations that the take out of the river system was not sustainable.
My name's Henry Jones. I'm a commercial fisherman. My family have been involved in commercial fishing for 6 generations. The Basin Plan is a new plan to put some water back into the rivers for the environment. I think over the years we've taken out far too much, and this is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to make the rivers sustainable, working rivers sustainable.
I'm Lance Howley. I come from a little town called Kylite, which is close to where the Murrumbidgee River meets the Murray River. I'm a farmer. I've been on my property there for 42 years now. The family have been there for 100 years, so we've seen most things come and go. And there's just been a steady decline in the health of the river, particularly in the last 2 decades.
I'm not an expert in other areas, but I am an expert in the Lakes and Coorong area. It's absolute devastation down there. It happened long before the drought. The drought has made it really hard to recover, but it really started in 1981 when the mouth closed for the first time. Since then, 2/3 of the Coorong has died.
Sarah Moles. I come from the Darling Downs in Queensland. Water is incredibly valuable, but not all the value is counted. We have changed the Murray-Darling Basin almost beyond belief. And if we don't make some very substantial changes now, at a time when ecosystems are really at, if not on, tipping points, meaning that they won't recover, if we don't do it now, we won't get another chance. We've pushed it too far and there's just no more resilience or elasticity in the system and it won't bounce back. I came to Canberra because I'm very conscious of the fact that the voices that I'm hearing through the media is that the Murray-Darling Basin Plan, the draft of which is due out in a month or so, is going to be an absolute disaster for irrigators and for irrigation communities, and it's all gloom and doom. There are a range of other views out there, most of which are not saying it's all going to be gloom and doom, most of whom are saying, thank God, it's about time. We've got a real chance here to turn things around, and that's the real fear, because if that happens then there is no future for agriculture or pastoralism and indeed a lot else in the Murray-Darling Basin.
But we now have the benefit of hindsight and we do have to redress or alter some of those systems that they set up.
Well, we're at Canberra at Parliament House because the politicians are here and the politicians have got the final say. And we're just seeking their support, Liberal, Labor, whoever. We're just asking them to be strong. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to put something back into the river, to have a sustainable river, and let's pass something on to future generations.